What do you think about the Drake and Bobbi Althoff situation? Speaking about homewreckers.
He tried to fuck, and for those who don't know about Bobbi Althoff,
yeah,
she's like our age. She's literally our age. She's like 25.
She's that young? That girl look a little older than us. You sure?
No, I looked this up. She's 26. I looked it up. Yeah, she's 26.
She has a child.
I swear they just said, dude, I promise you. We can look it up right now.
We get into that age, though. We get into that age where, like, the women start having children about now. Like, I start
you know how many people, she's 26. She was born in 97.
Okay.
Yeah. Just wanted to make sure. But, yeah, which is basically our age.
Yeah, basically. But, yeah.
Plus or minus 2 years. Plus and minus 1 to 2 years, I consider our age.
It's that age now where, like, number one, people start looking a little older than they actually are. And number two, people be having, like, women, men too, I guess. People just be having kids now. Like, you meet people,
dude,
like, happens every
single day. You know how many
day.
people I knew from college who are either married or have children?
Or pregnant or having children. It happens every single day. I be meeting people.
I feel like, am I doing something wrong? But no, I got too much to do.
No,
man.
it's be too young right now.
I've only been working 2 years. I'm like, how are y'all having children already? I've only been working. Only been out of college 3 years. I've been working 2 years. It took me a year to find a job during the pandemic, so I was doing little odd jobs and shit.
Yeah.
But like, I've only been working 2 years. How y'all, how are y'all having children?
You got a 2-year-old, you got a 3-year-old kid. I'd be like, what? You 26.
Like, what?
That means, let me do the math. Yeah, I mean, you 23.
I was still in college when you got pregnant.
I know, that shit is crazy. No, but Drake and Bobbi, bro, that situation is so fucking weird because they ended up unfollowing each other, right?
Yeah, and for those who don't know, Bobbi Althoff, she started a podcast channel overnight, it felt like. And she got Drake like as her first person on her podcast.
Yeah.
Or one of the first
like
people.
One of the first like famous people on the pod.
One of the first famous people on the pod, I'd say. But they said like, she had overnight success, and everybody's calling her an industry plant because they said that the set, that little bed, she interviews people in the bed. They said that's at a studio, some kind of studio. They ain't in her fucking house. Well, let's move on from that. But Drake, she interviewed Drake. They had a really weird and awkward interview, and we talked about this a few weeks ago on the podcast. And then now all of a sudden she deleted the episode, and they both unfollowed each other.
Yeah.
This feels very like Drake, because this happens to Drake all the time.
This happens to Drake all the time with these little young females.
Remember, this nigga is almost 40. And I saw something today where he responded to that Elliot guy. Forget his name. The podcast. Elliot Wilson. He was responding to him. He was like, man, you just mad. You need to move on. You just mad because the young ones is winning. The young ones are here. I'm like, nigga, you're not a young one.
Drake is still a young one technically.
You got a son and you pushing 40.
He's not a young one in the game. He's not a young one in the game, but he's technically still a young man. Like he's not middle aged. He's only 37. He's pushing
middle age. He's pushing,
but he's still a younger man. He still has a lot of energy, pep in his step. Nigga, look, if the 20-something-year-old girls are still trying to fuck with Drake, he's young enough.
Man, Leo's still fucking with younger girls. So, of course, Drake gonna still be fucking with young girls.
That's true.
And Leo is very much a middle-aged man.
I don't know if Drake has the sex appeal. He's not considered like a sexy man like a Leo. Leo is considered like a sexy sex symbol.
I don't know, man. People be simping for Drake. People been simping for Drake since I was in
different reasons. It's because he got cash, he got clout.
He looked like a cornball back in those days.
What was the line he said on Certified Lover Boy? Like, you give me some head, you run me some head, and I'm gonna help you glow up a bit. That's some facts. Yeah. That's what I don't think women are looking at Drake, and being like, damn, that's Michael B. Jordan. That's he as sexy as Michael B. Jordan. I don't think so. It's different. They in different lanes.
Or the Drake. I mean, he is Drake. I mean, that's it. He got the status. You hear that name? That's all you really need.
You don't even. Yeah, you just hear one name, Drake. You don't think of Drake Bell. You don't think of nobody except for Aubrey Graham. That's funny.
But yeah, he probably was like, run me some head and I'll blow you up. And she was like, nigga, I'm married and have a son. That's blocked.
Yeah, exactly. Now, look.
I
saw people talking on Twitter that she was at the concert either the night prior to them unfollowing each other or the day of them unfollowing each other. Do you have the facts on that? Because I don't want to be spreading misinformation. Now, let's just run with it just in case it is true. Somebody can fact check us if they know. Just in case it is true, if that was what happened and she was at his concert and then the next day they unfollow each other, that nigga tried to hit.
Yes. And he's a dog, bro.
There are no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Any new young woman in the game, he's all over it. It's just consistent. It's what he does.
He's done this with several other rappers. He's done this with Meg. I don't know if he tried to hit.
Too. He does it with the men too, not sexually, but for clout reasons.
Yeah.
He's like a vampire of the youth. Like, that's some real shit.
A vampire of the youth for sure. Yeah.
In the game, even if they older, You know, he be getting at MILFs too, but like if they're like they're young in the game of like, you know, pop culture and notoriety, he vampires off that shit.
There's a reason why his new album's called For All the Dogs.
I'm surprised he hasn't hopped on Pinky Doll. That's like out of character for Drake. That's the French. Yes. I'm very surprised.
The little TikTok NPC streamer. That's her name? Pinky Doll? I never knew her name.
Pinky Doll.